The goal of this video is to cause major confusion, mild existential vertigo, and the sudden realization that you've been extremely confident about things that you've never examined and you're totally wrong about. So, please consult no one about it if systems and symptoms persist. It's kind of the point of this whole thing. Welcome to reality. Population, everyone who's wrong all of the time. Some of you are wrong confidently, some of you are wrong spiritually, some of you are wrong with charts and data and a podcast microphone like I am. But rest assured, no one is correct in the way that they think that they are. There's this thing called ontology, and to break it down for normal people, it's a fancy word for what you assume exists when you're not paying attention. Like individuals versus systems, or free will versus incentives, markets versus people, vibes versus meaningful consequences. And you don't choose these assumptions, they're just installed at birth like factory software. And no, you have not updated them. You just added opinions about them. There's this other thing called epistemology, also known as trust me, bro. Epistemology is how you decide that something's actually true. Some people use science, some people use tradition, some people just use trauma and their feelings, and some people are like, oh, well, a guy that I follow said that, top G, bro. And all of these feel really convincing from the inside, and they convince you that you're a part of the group, and that the only way is my way of doing things. So shut up and do what you're told. So, epistemology isn't about truth, it's about emotional certainty in whatever group that you are trusting in at the time and how well it fits with what you already believe in. Now, economics is a new church, it's a new religion, right? If we're told that it's neutral, if it's objective, it's just numbers, it's just a production, it's just how it is, right? Meanwhile, it's got the original sin of human nature. It's got prophets as economists. It's got heretics, anybody who mentions how power is inherently immoral, and an afterlife called the market just recorrecting itself. And it's not that economics is fake, it's that it's metaphysics that's like dressed up in a way that tries to make sense of the world in a way that doesn't actually make sense. And it's paradoxical and it ruins dinner conversations because you're only right within your frame. Of course, if we're scrolling through the Bible to figure out whether the Bible is right, the Bible is going to be right because it is self correcting. You get further into the Bible by reading more of the Bible to confirm the Bible, to find more of the Bible. It, it, you don't have any outside source to criticize it because you're going to inherently assume that the source is going to contain self-referring data to further prove that bias correct. So, within all of these frames, you're right within your own framework, and you're wrong because your framework is going to exclude things that it cannot survive acknowledging. Every belief system does this, whether you're on the left politically, on the right politically, your spiritual data, rationality, intuition, data, vibes, horoscope, right? If your worldview explains everything perfectly, it's lying to you. Certainty is a nervous system event. Okay, certainty feels absolutely amazing. It lowers your anxiety. It gives you enemies. It turns complexity into content and memes and just the ability to simplify the world and look at it in a way that's not real. Certainty is not intelligence. It's just a way to regulate your nervous system, and you mistake your relief for the truth. And the louder that someone says, it's just common sense, the more you should check what they're actually protecting. This isn't a call to abandon your belief systems. This is a call to stop worshiping them. Hold them lightly. interrogate them regularly, and assume that they're wrong in ways that you haven't even discovered yet. If that bothers you, perfect. That's exactly where learning starts. So, viewer discretion advised. This content may reduce your ideological certainty and increase, increase intellectual humility. No refunds. This isn't true. It's not untrue. Just take it with a grain of salt because I'm just as wrong as you are. Good luck.